I'm supposed to be going to sleep. But instead, I am looking at YouTube. And something just came to me while I was watching Diary of a CEO. And I think it is uh, Neil deGrasse. I can't remember what his name is. The astro physicist, right? And he was talking about religion and why science hasn't it says why science doesn't replace God, basically. And he said he was reading a bunch of books, the Torah, the Quran, even the information that the Jehovah's Witness give and different religious beliefs, right? And he made a point that I've always thought but never said out loud. So a lot of time, this mythology information that we have with all of these different gods and goddesses from all around the country, okay, from all different type of backgrounds, right? We have all these different gods and goddesses, and these were representations of people's actual religion. These were deities or gods and goddesses deities within their religion that they actively worshipped. So think about this. As the Spaniards, the Protestant, just the British went to different areas, they basically retired other people's religions and called them myths because they were not a religion or practice that aligned with the religion and practice that they were promoting. So it's like going to a country, like when I watched the show Shogun, they basically went into Asian countries and was trying to convert them over to Christianity. But these people had a whole belief system. They had religions already in place. So they took their belief systems, basically retired them, called them the old ways, and then tried to implement the new systems through enough generations that they could actually be completely retired, unless there was someone who was doing the teachings in secret. Now, when you think about it that way, it should change your perspective, because if another country was to come into our country and retire all religious and spiritual practices and require that we practice those things and retired all those practices and teachings and call them myths, call them the old ways. Like, are you seeing what I'm saying? These deities existed for someone to believe in. People had things manifested for them, brought to life. They prayed for their families. They prayed for their neighbors. They buried their children with these prayers to these gods and goddesses. And their prayers were answered. There is no way you can believe that these people pray from the most purest places in their heart and by whatever name they call God, that their prayers were not answered. There might be some that wasn't answered, but there were some that were answered. And with those prayers being answered, would that not make the God true to them? No matter what they call that God by? When you look at the big picture, bruh, if you don't do nothing else, respect where people are. So respect their belief systems, because you don't know what that belief system is doing for them. And if your life is a reflection of a belief system or practice that works well for you, then they may decide that they want to convert over to whatever it is that you're doing. But people will hold on to the purest representation of what they believe God could be, what they believe Source could be, Allah could be, what they believe that the Almighty could be, the great I am, by whatever name God is called. I'm always amazed and excited when Spirit opens something up and just peels back the layers. It's always amazing for me. And I hope that it's amazing for you. But think about that. Because what's real to you is real to you until it's no longer real.